Hi and welcome to the latest episode of SIGNHOUSE TV. On this episode, I'll be talking all about the advantages of UV printing versus latex and eco solvent printing. I'll get into why the technologies are different and how you can use it to your advantage. So for this episode, we'll be having it inside our new container-inspired meeting room, which has been newly branded. I hope you like it. So let's start the episode. So before we start, I want to give a full disclaimer that actually I'm obviously very biased towards UV printing, as you've seen in many of our previous episodes, but I'm going to try and be neutral about the advantages and disadvantages of UV versus eco-solvent printers and latex printers. And I hope you find this interesting. If you do like this episode, and let us know how you feel about it, comment down below and make sure to like and subscribe wherever you're watching this video right now. Speed of printing is a very important factor for all print houses. So with UV printers, they win hands down because even a basic 3.2 meter will achieve 60 square meters per hour, whereas eco solvent and latex printers will be roughly at 25 to 30 square meters actual speed when you're doing front lit prints of a high quality. So this is a very important factor because this speed will ensure your print house is more productive and you can turn around many jobs in a day. Yes, there are some eco-solvent printers that are achieving 60-70 square meters an hour, but this is really the max. And with UV printers, they are even punching above 200 square meters per hour today, so with higher specs. So this is an important category to consider and an important factor when deciding what is the best choice for your print house. So cost of production, this is so important because this determines the profitability of your prints. This determines the selling price you can give your customers and how competitive you can be. In this category also, UV printers are the clear winner because UV printing technology ensures that with the latest printheads, you cover almost 80 to 120 square meters of material per liter of ink, which is extremely high compared to latex and eco solvent, which generally will not cover more than 50 square meters of material per liter. So you're much more efficient, use less ink, and you can be more profitable in the long run. With latex printers also, the cost is much higher actually. UV prints and eco-solvent prints are actually just a fraction of the cost of latex printers, latex printing ink. And this also is a critical factor you have to consider because obviously the better you can be priced, the more profitable you can be and more competitive you can be. So variety of print substrates. So this determines what kind of products you can print on and what kind of solutions you can offer to your customers. So with eco-solvent printers, you're really limited to mainly PVC based substrates to get the best print output because PVC based materials, whether it be vinyls with adhesive or backlit flex, frontlit flexes, these are really the ideal material to absorb solvent ink. This is always how it's been. Yes, there are also materials like PET or other non-PVC materials can be printed on eco-solvent, but they really need a solvent ink absorbing layer on the surface of the material, which actually increases the cost of the material. And also there are very limited number of non-PVC based material which give you a really good output on eco-solvent. With latex, which is the latex ink technology is kind of the best of eco-solvent ink and the best of water-based ink, you're also going to get the best outputs with PVC-based substrates. Yes, there are also many non-PVC substrates like textiles or other materials. Again, these need ideally a latex compatible surface on the top. And you are also limited to get the best result, you're limited to use the latex certified products so that you get the best print result, and ideally these are already profiled for the printers. So this also narrows the range of materials you can use. With UV, you have the greatest flexibility, and you could be printing anything from wood to textile to wallpaper. And with textiles as well, it doesn't matter if it's backlit or frontlit or black packs, or even rigid substrates like PVC. Hybrid printers, hybrid UV printers, on the same machine you could print the flexible material and the rigid substrate. with obviously roll-to-roll eco-solvent with eco-solvent roll-to-roll and latex roll-to-roll, you're limited to only flexible materials. So this means you have a narrow range of materials to use. With UV, the ink is great, especially for not cracking today. The technology improved a lot. As you can see with this textile, even regardless how much I scratch it or crumple it, once you remove the creases, the ink is undamaged and looks the same. But with UV, there is one disadvantage, which it loses out to latex printers and eco-solvent, and that is in the application of full wrap car media. So especially vehicle brandings, where you have to especially brand bumpers and curved surfaces, conformable media which has to be stretched. Most UV inks today are still not ideal for this application. Here the clear winner is always eco-solvent and latex printers when you're going to do full wrap car medias. At the same time, if it is applications like transit medias where it's mainly flat surfaces with slight curving, you could use either one of these printing technologies. The initial investment. So this is obviously very important when you're planning to buy a new printer. So in this case, UV printers have the highest initial investment. It can be significantly more than eco-solvent or latex printer. But the higher initial investment is offset by the three previous advantages I mentioned, whether it's flexibility of materials, speed of printing, and obviously cost per square meter. With eco-solvent and latex, you have a significantly lower cost initially, but you have some of these limitations I mentioned earlier. But this is still a great option for print houses that may be starting up newly or have certain applications where they have quite a big volume and they need eco-solvent printer dedicated for it or a latex printer dedicated for it. In terms of running costs over the life of the machine, UV and eco-solvent printers still have a very low running cost over the life of the machine, because most of the parts, whether it be the heads or the ink or many of the other consumable parts, have a much longer life and don't have to be replaced very often, and if they do, many of the consumable parts are very low cost. With latex printers, however, the cost over the life of the machine can be significantly high, because many of the integral parts like the heads and other components have to be replaced quite frequently, even a number of times over a year, which can add up to the cost of running the machine over a period of time. So when it comes to UV ink versus eco-solvent versus latex, UV really is the clear winner, especially when it comes to the cost of production per square meter, the speed of printing, and flexibility of materials. With all of these ink technologies, there are also future advancements coming. With eco-solvent, it's mainly on the speed side. In terms of the ink technology, it's not really going to be improving much. With latex, there's improvements, especially in terms of now being able to print on rigid substrates. But if we see globally, with printer manufacturers, the majority, if not all of them, are really focusing on UV printers and innovating UV printing technology, whether it's improving the heads, whether it's improving the quality of the inks to do new applications. And with all this innovation and competition also between so many manufacturers, you have really a wide range of products on offering, and also the initial cost is dropping significantly over time. It has dropped a lot already and will continue to drop over time. So I hope this was interesting and could shed some light on why UV printers are more advantageous. And we'd love to hear from you if you'd like to learn about our printer range for UV printers. So please get in touch with me or somebody on our team. We'd love to hear from you, and please let us know your feedback about this episode. Thank you for watching.